Come on. 2, 1. Hello, friends. This is Michael here with California Travel Videos. I've got some great guests here today, and they're already up on the show. I don't have to do any kind of like heater. They are live in the flesh. And so to my, there it is, my left or my right. You never know which way with these monitors and cameras going backwards, but I'm backwards kind of guy anyway. So here is SONYA. SONYA from Succinctly the RV DJ. Welcome, SONYA. Howdy. Can you hear us?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you bet. So glad to have you. How's life in Jersey?
It's Jersey. It looks like it wants to rain, but it's not going to. It got really overcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
but,
I think that's good.
You
get some moisture. So
has
it been that way for days, or is it just getting... Sorry, I talked over you there. Go ahead and say again. So has it been that way for days?
We're not going to get any rain till next Friday, supposedly. So
okay.
It's been dry for a couple weeks. Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe you can get outside some anyway. That might be the good part of it.
Yeah, I'm down at the campground. So
sweet. That's good. Yeah, it's you've got a great gig there. I'm not sure how far it is. I've seen some of your videos. You do a wonderful amount of live streams. We'll talk about that in a second. But how far is the distance? Is it more than an hour from your house to your RV where you're at, where you're at now?
It's 2 hours.
That's what I thought I saw. Your live stream, some of them you do in the car. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. Yeah,
2-hour trip. And it's nice you can be with your friends, be looking over your shoulder, or actually, I guess, yeah, kind of over the shoulder. They're seeing where you're going anyway from your point of view when you're going down the road. So I love that kind of technique.
I have the phone looking out the window. I have the phone looking out the window so they can all see the road, and they all, have fun in the back seat, so to speak. They're kicking and punching each other and asking me to stop. So this and that and everything else. So yeah,
I think they sometimes coach on the New Jersey drivers when they're not so good. Don't they like to kind of help you or give you some suggestions on when they kind of screw up?
Yeah, just a little bit. Don't honk the horn. Watch your following distance. Step on the brakes.
Yes.
Pass this guy. Yada yada yada.
Which gets us to this guy beneath us, Mr. Lance down there in the basement.
Good evening,
welcome,
Michael. How
Lance. Boondocking with Boomer. Now, that's a lot of words, a lot more than the RV DJ. You get a mouthful there.
Yeah. I shouldn't have made it so long.
Same with California Travel Videos, too long.
Everybody thinks I'm Boomer. For the longest time, I had to say, I'm Lance from Canada.
Yeah. But we do have a Boomer that is the star of your show. We'll get to talking about that in a little bit. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Beautiful day today. It was nice and warm. It was cloudy, but it didn't rain. We thought maybe for sure, but it let off. So we had a great day. Yeah.
I guess you got a chance to go out and visit some of your family today. So how was the trip out there? Was it father-in-law?
It was just a walk. Just a walk down the street.
A walk? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very convenient.
No driving. We're still staying home.
You're not a driving guy because, as you said, is up in Canada, up in the good province of Ontario, we are still doing this thing. I think, I don't know if you're related to maybe the Lone Ranger, but do you kind of what color is your mask?
Mine are blue, actually.
Oh, blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess more like the Lone Ranger. But hey, and I'm following you today. Look at what I've got. I'm wearing.
All right.
Yeah, boy, we're kind of brothers from another mother.
I don't think I've ever seen SONYA wear a bandana, have you?
I think this is my first time.
You even own one?
So let's see. Where do we want to start the show? I'll tell you what. Let's do something completely different. What questions do you all have for me? And then I'll fire some torpedoes later. So,
oh, good God.
I'll make myself vulnerable. Just remember, Lance, if you're not going to be easy on me, payback's you will. You know what they say.
Oh, yeah. I had a question for SONYA. Do you ever DJ in your car on the way to the trailer?
How am I supposed to do that? Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Let me just jump in the bed of the truck. I'll have somebody else drive, and I'll just DJ while I'm driving down the highway.
And people can follow you.
Sounds simple. Maybe you could loan out Boomer. Boomer might help.
Guaranteed. Yeah, if you have all the cops dancing around you.
You will be popular, get lots of views.
Then somebody will be bailing me out, guaranteed.
Yeah, but you know somebody who knows somebody, though.
I know, know a guy who knows a guy. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So how is it in Canada? Do they pull people over very often? And when you do, do you have a line of patter that you go through there? Not that you ever have, Lance. I know you're straight arrow, but how does it work up there?
The police pull over people just to say hi and how you doing, not for any crimes or anything, because we're all nice people up here. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, good.
Every time people
I think that is true. I think where the seasons and climates are colder, I mean, people don't mess up. They just kind of stay in, and you're still kind of in the. I don't think you call it lockdown. What do you call the term?
Stay at home.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
Sounds like almost stay in the corner. You've been bad, Lance. Stay in the corner.
Stay at home only for essential driving.
So you get to go get your groceries.
Yeah.
No going for brewskis at the bar, that sort of stuff. No sports. No.
You can go for a takeout dinner.
Oh, a takeout dinner. That's what we've been doing up until recently.
Pickup.
Takeout dinner.
And they just opened up golf today and tennis.
Oh,
so that's the only
Are you a golfer or tennis player?
No, neither.
No,
it didn't matter to me. In fact, I'm kind of mad now because when I used to take Boomer for a walk, I would let him run around the tennis courts.
Yeah.
So now he can't. They're all playing tennis down there now.
Yeah, I was at an RV park up at Oregon, as I mentioned a week ago, with the good boys and girls, and it wasn't too far from Crater Lake up near Eugene, I guess you would say, up in that area, Oregon, and the owner of the RV park. In fact, I have his card right here now that I think about it. The Flycasters RV. Well, I don't know if that's going to focus. Let me get closer. Flycasters RV Resort. And I'm not a fly fisherman, but it is right there on the Rogue River. Not that I'm a rogue kind of guy, but he was putting in a pickleball court. I didn't know if pickleball's a thing out in New Jersey or up in Canada, but for a lot of seniors, they start to like to play pickleball.
No, here it's bocce ball.
Bocce is big with the Italians, right? The bocce ball. They take it seriously, and they have a lot of lubrication when they play too, don't they?
I've never watched them play.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, no, yeah, it's pretty serious. Oh, yeah.
It's not big in Florida, bocce ball.
I've heard it's serious. I've never watched it.
Mm-hmm. So what type of entertainment do you do when you get outside? I mean, walking, obviously, Lance, is one thing you get a chance to do. And
I just go for a walk.
You haven't really been able to get your RV out. You said you're hoping for in a week you're going to be able to get it out. Is that what the latest?
No, we just went into lockdown, extended lockdown. We won't be able to go camping until June the 14th. So 3 weeks. Yeah. And then the weekend after that, I'll get my motorhome out. So.
Now that I do remember talking about that on our live stream last week, we do one on Tuesday evening. And yeah, that's right. But it was Ontario was one of the provinces that was mentioned. So it got extended by, I think, about 2 weeks then is what happened so far. Knock on wood, right?
They keep extending it. So
yeah, you're so close. And yeah.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
So
now our numbers aren't going down. They're going down, but very, very slowly. So they're being very, very cautious this time.
Yeah, and for good reasons. I know it's what it announced the prevention of pound a cure. And so I just got back from taking Kaliki, our Siberian Husky, out for a walk. And if I see somebody with a mask on, although I've had both of the shots now, so I'm theoretically okay. If I'm a good distance away from people. But yeah, if somebody's wearing a mask, I'll just kind of whip mine on right away, and we'll talk from a distance. But I think that it's good to be respectful for one another, and yet
Yeah, for sure.
You know, some states, life goes on. So good for you. I'm hoping the best for you. And so I guess my question might be regarding your RV then, is storage, you know, it's gotten to be so much here in California. And I hear some of the other states. I was listening to the RV Odd Couple on a podcast. Well, as a YouTube, but I had it in my ear like a podcast. And they were talking about that going up 50 to 75%. And is your RV rentals, are they affordable there? Because, you know, you're out in the open country, or is it pretty pricey too?
I pay about just over $3,000. It usually goes up about $50 a year.
Okay.
And I've been there 16 years now, so so minus $50 a year. That's when I started out.
Yeah, but you're in kind of the urban area, right? You don't want something where you have to go 30 or 40 miles to get to it, I suppose. How far do you have to go to get your RV?
Ours is my park model trailer is at a RV park. It's a permanent trailer with a Canada room added to it, or
I'm sorry, I was talking about your Class C. You have a Class C RV.
My Class C is parked at my neighbor that used to live right beside us. They sold their house and they moved to about an hour away to the vineyards, and that's where we park it for the winter time.
I gotcha. Well, that's really nice then. So, and that's not too far to go.
And then once I bring it home, I leave it on my driveway for about a month, and then I take it up to my trailer, and we use it up there for a couple of months.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, who else has come in the house here? Let's see.
Van D's here.
And
Gina.
Nice. Welcome.
Hello, ladies.
Jim is here, and James who said hi to. Tim, good to have you here, as I said. And Naj Roqui, it's good to have you here. I don't think I've seen you before, but so happy to have you here. Captain Jack. Hey, Captain Jack. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're healthy, wealthy, and wise. Or, you know, as I always say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Oh, and Bear B, howdy. And I see Ron Darrell's here with us. And great, we got a really good house here. So if you guys have any questions also, go ahead and just start with the letter uppercase Q and let it rip. And we'll be sure we get your questions in as we're interviewing. Not sure what answers you'll get, but hey, ask away the questions and we'll wing it as best we can for things you've got. But Lance, so now Jordan is off, I guess, for 2 years of college. I guess it's not too far away. I know he's north of Toronto is where he's at. And is he going to be like in the trade? You kind of talked about when you were walking around in one of the RVs that he is, I should say one of the campuses, is that the college there has things for people who are, I guess, mechanically inclined, shall I say. So, or is he mostly in the arts? Because I know he likes guitar and music. So what's he up to?
He's taking escalator technician.
Wow, that's special.
Yeah, about an hour east of here. And
okay.
He's done his first year. He's going to be going back in September, so he's off now for the summer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he still has some time off for good behavior, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he is a very talented musician. He just loves to play guitar and piano. That's all he does now.
I think he gets some.
SONYA heard him play.
Yeah, from his dad, don't you? You did a gig with him, didn't you? And you had the lyrics, and I guess you did the vocals, right?
Yeah, we write and record music all the time. That's fun.
So nice. So did you also have training in music?
Training?
No laughing now. Come on, SONYA. That's not fair.
I'm not laughing at what he's saying. I'm looking at the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to look at you. Go ahead, Lance. I'll be following this chat too.
No, I was in rock bands when I was younger, but
what did you play?
Drums.
Oh, drums. That would make sense that you would be in drums.
Yeah.
Now,
and I sang in a couple as well.
Okay, is he more the pianist, or do you do the piano also?
I can do some piano, but my son's in. You should interview him for piano playing. Get him to play. You swear this kid's been playing all his life. Well, he has been playing all his life. Like for 40 years. He's a very talented musician.
So and SONYA, he has, I guess, some parallels to you because he has the sound editing equipment, right? I think it looked like he had a multi-track recorder and the synthesized sounds and things like that. I some years ago had Acid Pro, a Sony product. I don't know if what the state of the art these is, Pro Tools or whatever that people use. But so you got him a new laptop recently, and I guess that's getting him sufficient off to school and still have some fun with it.
Oh, he bought a new one now for school.
Yeah.
That he's using. Yeah. And actually, I use it sometimes too for doing lives.
Oh, that's really nice, isn't it? Because I'm sure it's got plenty enough horsepower there, the Lenovo line.
Yeah. That's what I've used it. Actually, I've liked Nova for years. They're a good computer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, you started your channel about a year ago, was it? A year and a month. April 25th, is that right?
Yep, 1 year. And I just literally hit over 500 subscribers.
And I was going to congratulate you for that. Let's give him the, let's see, which one will I use? Here, I'll make it.
That was easy.
That was easy.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
Okay. Here, excuse me.
No,
it was not easy. Okay, sorry. Take that away.
2 buttons I know that somebody really likes to use, but he can't.
Well, look who's out there now. Box Van D. Things were easy enough for her. Good to have you here, D. And yeah, you've earned it the old-fashioned way too, haven't you? So, where are you at, D? Are you down in? It's probably starting to get a little bit toasty for Lake Havasu, but I assume you're still down in the southwestern corridor. But love to know where you're at today. And RVing with G. Hey, there's one of your buddies, Lance, and I don't know Sonia, but
hey, George.
Do you have some insomnia, or you just like to play at night, Lance?
Lance.
Sorry, what was the question? I thought you said.
This is Michael to Lance. Michael to Lance. Do you like to stay up late at night sometimes when you're with the late night show with G? So
G? No, I've been to G a couple of times. I stayed up late. And my mom lets me, and I go on.
Your mom lets me.
I'm usually going to bed 11. So I get up
really?
Early.
Oh, that's right. You're still not quite to the sanctimonious retirement age yet, are you?
Actually, I am. About a month ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like around this. Well, maybe not quite the same as Paula, but I thought you were kind of in that vicinity. So you're getting close to striking a target?
Yeah. Yeah, it happened a month ago. So I'm done.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've got your fireproof papers then, is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to look for those.
I can remember with AT&T, that was always like, when I've got my 25 years in, man, then it's like I'm kind of free. It's not like I have to worry.
39 years of working.
Oh, 39 years with one employer?
Not the same, no.
Oh, okay.
In total, yeah.
But in Canada, don't they kind of count different employers, I guess, as long as they're qualified jobs?
I've had many jobs, but mostly in the same field.
Okay. So what are you going to do when you retire?
Nothing. I've been relaxing, taking it easy.
Woohoo! Well, I think you've got a lot of good friends out there that would say the same thing. And thank you very much, Sue, for doing the moderating. She's doing a great job of it there, keeping things toasty going. Best. And oh yeah, she is the best. And so meant to be RVing. Hey, Teresa and Mike. Great video, by the way. Your drone videos, nobody can beat them because, hey, they take a licking and keep on ticking. I don't know if you've seen their videos, but I think before it was kind of between a rock and a hard space when he was in a canyon. Then this most recent time, Mike thought it was thirsty. So, he wanted to, have a little swim and then take a nice rice bath, so you can get it dried up again. But he's good to go. So
I have to ask Teresa if she got a new email address because I sent them an email today and it bounced back as if not available.
Oh, well, they have a membership plan. And if you don't pay, the maximum amount, I think it's $100 a month now. So the emails won't come through. No, I'm surprised it didn't go through. Huh?
Yeah. I'll have to check with her.
Okay.
Somehow.
Let us know, Teresa, if you've got a new email address.
Yeah, if you could drop it, Lisa.
And Ava, good to have you here, dear. Hope things are going well for you out on the farm and that life's treating you well today. Van City Adventures, howdy. Good to have you here today. And so let's see, next question then. Okay, so you bought a used 20-foot Class C, and that was, I guess, 2019. And so I guess this company keeps them for, I don't know, Fraser Way. I think I saw that, on the back of your, do you have a spare tire on the back of your Class C?
Yeah.
That's where I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. Fraser Way is a rental. Yeah, a rental company across Canada.
So I guess after about 3 years, 168,000 miles, 168 kilometers, you said it was still in really great shape, and you like the fact that it's kind of been winterized. So tell us about the heating furnaces and things like that, how that's beneficial.
Yeah, it's completely sealed under. It's got a completely sealed underbelly for wintertime because they're only used in Canada. Except it does have a sticker on the windshield, so it's been driven to Florida. But the furnace heats up all the tanks underneath, the hot water tank and the gray and black tanks, which is great. But Fraser Way is right across Canada, and like you said, they rent them out for 3 or 4 years and then they sell them off. And I just got lucky that there was 3 previous owners when I bought it, before I bought it, and they kept it in mint condition. This thing, it's like I got really lucky, and it was just by luck.
When I saw the pictures of it, looked like it was just brand new.
No, it was really kept clean by all 3 previous owners. She was just driving by in our campground, and I said, "Hey, you wouldn't happen to be selling that, would you?" Look, I wanted to use something like on day trips and on weekends. Right. When we're up north. Because with having Boomer in a van, it's not fun having a Great Dane in a
135 pounds of love.
He's 143 now. Ooh. He got bigger. Yeah.
I saw the dish, the big dish where you keep the food, and you said he goes through it in about a week. Is like, he can go through that much food in a week?
Yeah, they eat a lot of food. Yeah.
Okay.
3 big bowls of those a day, easily.
3? Man.
Yeah, they eat a lot. And he still wants table scraps.
Well, sure. What the heck? If it's good enough for Dad, it's good enough for me, right? So anyway, your RV, so it has heating unit. I guess, I don't know how far you've taken it away. I thought I had seen somewhere you've been to some of the northern United States. So, but I haven't seen any videos of that, but I think I recall New York, Michigan, Pennsylvania, or something. Ohio? Have you been to some of those states?
We went down to Pennsylvania, to Erie, Pennsylvania. We went to Michigan, to Flint, and the little German town in Flint, Frankenmuth. Okay. And then last summer during COVID, we went to when we were allowed to. We went to Ottawa, the capital of Canada, for 4 days.
Nice.
We got there. Yeah, that was fun.
But I don't see those. Does Boomer not like to make videos of those places? I've not seen any of your videos of those places.
I didn't have a channel then, so I made some home videos, but I would have had to get them out and go through them all. Yeah. So
it was more than a year. It was more than a year ago then. So so that probably explains when you went to Los Angeles, because your lost video footage when you took the RV down to Los Angeles. Tell us about that.
I couldn't believe I found that footage. No, that wasn't real footage.
It was
I had a lot of people fool up to the point where I got in the accident. So, I even fooled Bob and I think Sue, who do these kind of videos too, using an animated program. That was GTA that I was using. Yeah.
Which one were you using?
GTA.
GTA.
Yeah.
But you weren't a thief, were you? It was Grand
Theft Auto
Theology.
Yeah. I said, I told my son, I said, go look on GTA if there's any motorhomes, and they just happen to have a small Class C in it.
Wow. Okay.
So I just got lucky. It's so realistic.
It does. It really is realistic. But I had the feeling like there's some options, because when I see Lucky Dog Bob, when he's doing it, he's got his 18 wheel rig, and there's not a lot of vehicles, but do you have it set where there was a lot of challenging situations, or just come that way?
No, it's just all random. The cars that drive around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, completely random. All you do is drive around and it's for kids. Huh? Go ahead, Sonia.
Mike, you have some questions in the chat there.
Okay, we'll get right to him then. But so I guess Lance's case, he just keeps showing his insurance card for every accident that he has. So that was pretty funny.
I didn't have time to wait around for people.
Good. So we got some questions. That is so great. Thank you for that, Sonia. And I'm not sure where the first one is. Looking. I'm sounding like Ray, aren't I? Scanning. And where is the first one? Who's it from? I guess I'm not seeing them.
Going up from the bottom. Where is it?
Hey, Nate. Good to have you here.
Nate. Hi, Marshall.
And
DJs in the house. There's 2 DJs in the house now.
Wow. We have a battle of the DJs. That would be so cool. Oh, gosh. I'm looking.
Lance, your house is loud.
What's that again?
My bad.
I said, Lance, your house is loud. Oh, here's one from Fatima, Travel Dreamer 46.
Travel Dreamer 46.
And then D says you must have a photographic memory.
She does. Or else she's got like some...
No, she says that you have a photographic memory.
Oh, well.
She does. He knows more about my videos than I do.
But I'll have forgotten them in a day. But, it's fresh now. That's right.
So Fatima wants to know from me, how long does a gig usually last?
Oh, good.
And what is the target audience usually? All right. So the background of my channel, for those that are here that don't know about my channel, it's called the RV DJ. I DJ at now 7 campgrounds in South Jersey. 7. Yeah, I picked up a new one this year. I do afternoon jobs for 3 hours, and then if I have a double on a Saturday, I will do a nighttime one as well for another 3 hours. So because they're family oriented, they're campgrounds, my selection of music is a mix. So I'll play everything from the 50s up until today. No rap, nothing with any suggestive lyrics in it. So it's all family friendly. Everybody can enjoy, all kinds of age groups and everything can enjoy the music because I mix it up. So that's how that works.
Good. Well, in fact, a little bit to add on to that, I recall reading in your About page, I think, and everyone should go take a look at that. It says that the campgrounds, I think, at least up to that point, were Encore and Thousand Trails. So,
yes.
They both have a good brand, I think. And so Encore for sure is really kind of, I guess you call upscale. So, yeah, it's great that, when I've seen some of your videos, you see the people out there. It can be family. It doesn't have to just be adults in the later evening.
Yeah, they're not, fancy upscale, like the higher RV resorts you would see in Florida. There's no cement pads. It's dirt streets and regular campgrounds and stuff like that. And they are all under even though some are Encore parks and some are Thousand Trail parks, they're all owned by the same parent company.
Right.
So Thousand Trails and Encore are just underneath that big umbrella.
It's a brand, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, they're all in the same company except for one. One is outside the system.
Mm-hmm.
That's an independently owned, not privately owned, but owned by a different company.
Okay. Just on that note, when I was teaching bridge on cruise ships for about 3 years, is that sometimes you would go with the cruise companies, and then there's like 6-star entertainment. So do you go through a third company, or do you go right to these people at the campgrounds, the management that are in entertainment?
To get the work?
Yeah, I mean, who do you contract through, I guess is what my question might be. Not that I could.
Well, my contracts are made at each individual campground that I work at. That's where they're generated. But I have, because I've been working for all of these campgrounds, with the exception of the new one, for 15 years, everybody at the campgrounds consider me an employee or a friend, as opposed to just a vendor with a vendor number and somebody to cut a check to.
Yeah.
So, the actual checks are cut from the corporate company, and the contracts are done from the campgrounds themselves.
And you also do meetups too, do you not?
Well, I get that. I mean, I do regular private functions. I do.
What about weddings?
weddings, Sweet 16s party, regular parties outside of that also. But a majority of my work is seasonal down here at the campgrounds.
Yeah, that is such a great arrangement. And I've seen where at the end of the season, you're there for the final hail and farewell. So, it's like over the years, it gets to be where you're like a valued employee, like the management there, because you're there to in the entertainment industry. And like when I was on the cruise ships, you go through the cruise director, and it's all to make sure that people, they feel like they get good value for their experience. And I look at your channel there in the About page, and you say something that about, I am a humble and fun girl who loves to make everyone laugh. And isn't that really good, Lance? Isn't that kind of describing it?
I didn't read that. I have to go back and see where she typed that in.
Well, I've got something to share with you guys right now. And this is, now I know that you said that she likes to laugh, and I've got a video here that I think that I can play. If I go over to my other computer, get the keyboard so it...
Oh my God, what is he going to show?
Yeah, what's he going to pull up now?
It might be one of your best.
Oh, there it is. So we're going to go over to another screen here. This is my laptop, and so... is it come up? I don't see it here.
I see it behind you.
Oh, you do see it behind? Oh, yes. Okay, so we just need to duck Mr. Michael out of the picture. I can see what the problem is. I'm going to have to go control, page up.
It'd be interesting.
And where is my... There it is. Get rid of Mr. Michael here.
Probably from today when Michael was there.
I'm gone. You'll maybe recognize this one, Sonia, but here's Sonia in action. Watch this, folks.
I love this video.
She's going to lose her headset.
Oh, and hit her head.
Man.
He obviously hasn't seen the funny moments videos.
No, I mean, but it was like I saw that, I thought, us guys, when we have our moment of pleasure, it's quick, but you are like, wow, you really kind of like, you have a great experience. It's like, it's continuous, isn't it, Lance?
I haven't seen the head bubble that very often, but yeah.
The head bubble. That's right. When she loses her headset, it was a good one.
Cheer all the time.
No, but you do like to have fun, I guess is what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, I love, I also do, all kidding aside, I do the videos of my gigs and stuff that I put out on a regular, for my uploads.
Mm-hmm.
Sonia, your park is noisy.
Sorry, I was working on that. But the live streams I started, I guess it was last August I started doing those, and they kind of got a little addicting, and people started saying, "Oh my God, your laugh is contagious. Oh my God, it's so infectious." We come back just to like listen to you laugh, and people like to make say funny things to make me laugh, and I got a great group of people that come into my live streams, and a great bunch of moderators, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Yeah,
we do our best to make this girl laugh.
That is what life is all about. Life's too short not to have a lot of laughs.
We have to prepare her every week. She's got to put what do they call it? Depends on.
Oh, that's what it's up. Now I knew there was a code that needed to be broken there. And Morris family and TGIF, good to have you there, dear. And let's see, anybody else coming in? A couple more coming in. We just wanted to let you know that you got any questions, let us know. Batman Adventure, great to have you here. Great channel there. Be sure to check out some of our friends over here in the chat. They've got some great videos. And so Sonia, then you're kind of new at this game too, and you have like not one rocket like Lance, 500 plus up to heading for 1,000, and you're getting
100
closer.
I'm 137 away from 1,000.
Wow! And that was you came on board in May yourself of last year. So
yeah, I've had the channel since I've had the account since 2011, but I never really did anything with it. So last May, like everybody else, when you were on, shut down from your job and on unemployment, I just decided to start doing videos of my gigs and stuff like that, and
go all in.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Lance and I are guys, and so we don't multitask so well. Where you've got an Instagram channel, you've got a huge Facebook channel. I mean, you can juggle more than one ball at a time, can't you?
Well, a lot of my Facebook friends are people that I've met at the campgrounds. People I've become friends with over the course of 15 years, and just fairly recently, I've gotten a bunch of new ones from YouTube. But that Facebook account is fairly old. Instagram is new this year. I had some issues with that, so I had to open it and close it a couple times. And I don't go on the Instagram a whole lot. I'll open it once a day, maybe. As Facebook, because my family and stuff is on there, I'll open it more. But that's about it. I don't do the Twitter thing. But to get your Facebook channel, I see that what you do is you don't say this is my channel and it's going to be my content. You kind of have it open up. So I saw Van Life with Gina was there a second. I don't know if she's still here with us, but if she wants to post on something that's coming up, you make it to where it's available for other people. So you're very generous about that. Thank you, Sonia. Yeah, anybody, that YouTube group, the RVDJ YouTube group, that's brandy new. That's only been up maybe 3 months, maybe. And I just started that so people could come in and post their stuff and, share stuff out and everything like that.
And I see that Marshall is with us, and Marshall does the same thing over on his channel with Mellow Nomadic Experience. His adventures are great. So I think it's wonderful where the community doesn't just take, but they give back. And so, yeah, I get the feeling, though, that you also have a lot of technical skills. I don't know if you picked that up yourself, your boyfriend, or you got it in school or whatever, but you seem to be very comfortable with technology in multimedia. How did that happen?
I had taken, we had a communications class in high school.
Oh, okay.
So I took that for 3 years. It was the high school actually had a TV station. So we would do like radio shows and TV shows and learn all the behind the scenes stuff about, cameras and editing and sound effects and things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
I never, when I went to college, which I didn't finish, that's what I was going to do, TV and radio broadcasting.
Communications, yeah. You're natural at it.
Yeah. But I'm a pretty easy learner, and I like to do hands-on learning. I can't sit there and read a book about something and then go to that item and fiddle. I have to actually fiddle with the item, mess with it myself, and see how it works and everything like that. I've done the new feat that we've done back in January was the gig from New Jersey to Quartzsite, Arizona.
Right.
And that was done through some software that my boyfriend's job sells.
Oh, really? He sells software. Interesting.
And that specific software was the technology that we used to get my music from Jersey out of the speakers out in Quartzsite back in January.
Wow. Because I see you in the background. He's oftentimes on his laptop, like he's a system administrator or something. It's like he must do a lot online because he's really intense with his computer there. So Jim's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's techy. The software does the work for you. All you have to do is set up the links and make sure that everything is connected on your end, and then they get it ready on their end. And the software, the technology, does everything else.
Where is Jim, by the way?
Everybody
wants to see Jim.
Jim is always in the background. I don't see Jim.
You know, some people have RVs that they have a dog or a cat that everybody wants to see. We all want to see Jim when she's up.
Right. That's what we want to see, because Jim is, after all, is your guardian angel. So we there we go. Hi, Jim. Hey, Jimbo. Good to see you.
Me. I'm trying to make a fire.
Thank you.
No, we can't make a fire, remember?
Your guardian angel should be there. So where did you get the social side then? I'm kind of curious there, because SONYA, you seem like, man, some months you add 200. I mean, this is your first year, 200 subs, but an average month you're still like 70 to 100 subs you got coming on. And in terms of your views, you're racking up 200 to 600 views a day, 6,000 in the last month. Woohoo!
Yeah, I just got an email from YouTube the other day that said I hit 40,000 views.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
I saw you put that on Facebook. You had like a what do you call it? Kind of a milestone that you hit.
The mail they send you, yeah.
Yeah, that is really, really hot. So you just kind of just picked it up naturally because you're a DJ kind of gal, and the rest is history, I guess.
When I did my first live stream, just like everybody else, I was a nervous wreck. We all remember the day.
It's still up. It's still there, right?
It's still there. You can see it. It's back in there. Yeah.
It's hidden with laughter.
And no, I don't even think I was. Maybe halfway through it, I started to loosen up a little bit. But I was really surprised. I had 30 people in there for my first live stream. And I did, it was just general chit chat type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm normally, at least when I was younger, wasn't very outgoing person. I was always very quiet, very introverted.
You're making this.
No. It's the truth. I kid you not. It is the truth. Yeah. Was the one that never went to the school dances, and if somebody asked me to, my friends asked me, I would just like hang out and be the wallflower and everything like that.
You were more intimate with one-on-one rather than one-to-many, probably.
Yeah, I'm not. It's very hard, even sometimes to this day. It's like, oh my God, I have to sit in front of this camera and talk to all these people, and
it does take energy. You're right, but
it does,
I guess when you do enough of it, I got to say is that for some of us, well, like when I went from one live stream a week to when Donovan said he had this spot open, it was twice a week. It's like Grace is like, yeah, but what about all the videos that are backlogged? Well, I'd still, if it's opening, they'd like us to kind of fill in the spot. I'd like to give it a try. And I think I'm going to do interviews versus the other is more of a news show. And about you then, you'll do 2 or sometimes 3 live streams a day. It's like, what? But you just kind of go with it, integrate it. You don't obviously have to spend a lot of time to planning, but you have, I guess, what we call a vlog, a reality show, but you seem like
I don't have a set topic for my shows.
Right.
I click the live button, and whoever shows up, and whoever comes up on the panel, and we just chit chat and talk about general stuff and be goofy and laugh. And, I just feel that it's more of a, hey, come on over and sit by the campfire and relax and be comfortable, as opposed to, okay, well, this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to talk about, and this is, it's not structured.
Yeah.
And just come and laugh and wet your pants kind of thing.
Some people like that, and it's a matter of choice.
And I think that's how Lance found you, I'm assuming, right, Lance? Because your shows are more, I wouldn't say they're focused on Boomer, but you like to attend live streams. You don't really pump them out. But how did you two link up?
I don't really remember. Do you?
No, I don't. I think you just came in one day, and it was like, oh, hey, I don't even remember.
I think I
can remember how I met a few people. Sticks. Some people just come into your life, and it's like, oh, hey, next thing you know, you're seeing them on a daily.
It might have been on Paula's live. I can't remember, to be honest.
Neither can I.
It's funny. But
and Barefoot Alaska's here, Dana. So, I found her like several others on other sites. So The Adventures of Traveling Mike. So, I've seen Sonya, where it's not just your live streams. You're comfortable to get on other people's live streams. So maybe that's how we found her. I don't know.
The first live stream that I popped up on by someone, was Lucretia burning up the roads. And she dropped the link in the chat, and she said if anybody wants to come up. So I said, you know what, I got to do this one day. So that one day, should be now.
So you did that before you had your own live.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
And I was at barely 100 subs.
Right.
And I just clicked on the thing, and I talked to Lucretia for about 10-15 minutes or so, and I was like, okay, I got done, and I was like, okay, that was horrible. And I was here,
no way.
I was at the campground, but
Lucretia, she'll do it right in her car, just kind of like you'll do one in your car. In fact, you'll do it when you're driving. But I think that's where we kind of saw Lucretia initially. She'd be in her car, and she would just be extemporaneous and have a conversation about what's going on in her life for the people on the show. So you were kind of like she was your mentor or something at first, wasn't she?
She made it very comfortable. She didn't make it awkward or anything like that.
Right.
So it was, she just asked about the channel and how I started, and Fatima wants to know, what do we consider our biggest blooper on our channels?
Wow. I'll start if I can. Because I don't know if this would be my biggest, but it was one that I'm so sorry, Dee. I am so sorry because, she was, I don't know, she had 3,000 or 4,000, wasn't up 13,000, 14,000 when I first joined her, but very nice. And she wasn't going to be available a Saturday. And Michael, California Travel Videos, would you like to take the show? I'd love to. And it's like, okay, Grace, we got to be really ready for this now. We got to do a good job. And somehow the linkage that was on StreamYard that I had, and then I thought I had to do something on YouTube. So I put a different link. So when I showed up, it was like, everybody was waiting for me on the other one, and I wasn't there. And I was just so embarrassed. And I thought, I felt disappointed for Dee not being able to fill that slot like I had promised. But some of the people maybe found me, but it was just kind of as much as I thought I was ready. Well, like right now, as like when we got back from Oregon, and Lucretia, I'm sorry you couldn't make it. You had, you were that close to seeing us up there where you live by Eugene. But
I'll be right back.
Things happen. Okay. And so I get like my microphone here and things. When I get my gear, I bring it back home again. And it's like, I could hear the audio. So Grace and she had to come in the room next to me. So sometimes we just have to wing it, I guess. So how about you, to answer the question, tell us, Sonya, about what your faux pas would be or embarrassment.
I have one almost every live stream. So there's just so many of them, and you know what? It's I have an actual bloopers video out. When I did a video on winterizing the camper, there's so much stuff that was way too funny that I cut out of the regular video that I made a bloopers video of it. But most of the time, I leave everything in, like especially the live streams and everything. I'll just leave it up there. Yeah. I don't edit them out or anything like that. So I have a list of stuff that's been said that's been just so funny over the course of a year that I kept track of. And it happens all the time. It happens every week. Yeah, exactly.
But just on that note, I think you really hit on a big point is people, they want vulnerability. They want intimacy. They want to know the raw rather than the polished. And so, like, for instance, when I was up at Alicia Falls up in Oregon, is that redheaded, I helped her. She had a problem with her batteries, and I had some extra gear, a voltmeter and alligator clips that I could put on her batteries so that she could see what the true voltage was. Because he was like losing some current, some power. And so we got that hooked. I never even thought about till after it was over to maybe recording that. And then Gracie's Adventures also, she had a problem with hers. And, it was like, once again, the batteries, it wasn't charged. She had to use the transfer switch from one to another. And I looked at the battery post, and any of us who have worked on batteries, it's like you have to have a good connection between that post. It has to be tight, or else very little current's going to go through it. And it was just wobbling around like this. So I said, I'll tighten it up, but it was already 100% tight, and there was nothing I could do. So I said, "Do you have any aluminum foil?" So she got me some aluminum foil, and I put it between the posts so that it would have a good electrical connection, and she's good to go. And once again, I forgot to record. So I think maybe that's more my problem, is that I need to turn on the recorder more often.
And the funny thing is that, they're not only my bloopers either. Everybody, whether you're up in the panel or in the chat, you'll just do something or say something, and it'll just set me off. And there's been times where I have laughed so hard, my face has literally turned beet red, or as people call it, a magenta alert.
A magenta alert.
Yeah.
Almost exploded one time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Michael, go back and watch the best of.
I will.
All 6 of them.
Mode. I missed them,
have
apparently.
6 funny moment videos out there. You got to watch them.
Okay. Well, speaking of which, your shorts have done very well. You've had a couple shorts that you've done with your cats, and they've gotten over 500 views. So it may not be a long one, but still, that's what people, I think, like, is things that are fun, are entertaining, and you really know how to hit the nail on the head on those. So thank you for your vulnerability.
I have a great group of people that come into my live streams. A bunch of them, a couple of them are really good friends of mine outside of YouTube as well. And, it's just, I love, you have to do something. You can't just go through life humdrum. Oh my God, I have to get up and go to work in the morning. Yeah, stuff happens during the day, but you have to laugh. You have to laugh.
Right.
And if you don't, your stress level is just going to be through the roof. And, you have to just learn to relax and chill out and just enjoy what you're doing at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if there's 3 people in the chat. I don't care if there's 33 people in the chat.
Right.
You're
still the same person.
Yeah. And,
Nope.
Okay.
But
does everybody have a bad day? Absolutely. But
yeah.
I mean, it's,
But she's cheating now. She's using her cat as clickbait and getting views. Everybody loves cat videos. I mean,
wait a second. She hasn't used the magic word fluffy cat. I know somebody uses fluffy dog. I mean, I won't say who it is. You can maybe guess, but she hasn't done the fluffy cat thing. Yeah, but right. Nate. So your views, your videos then, you'll have some that really hit the ball out of the park. Your Abraham Lincoln snow sculpture over
that was a short. Yeah,
that was a biggie. And then a longer one would be interview with Robert Morales, aka Traveling Robert, got 950 views. That was only in the last 4 or 5 months. So, but you don't seem like you say, "Oh, I'm only going to focus on the ones that get me the biggest bang for the buck." You're kind of like, more bang for the buck. Tim, he's just happy to do things where he consistently gets something on a regular basis. I sense that you're just as comfortable to do your live streams.
Yeah, I don't mind doing the live streams. I think I hope that people look forward to them every week. But like I said, to put the video content out there, which you have to do, absolutely have to do. I do it, with my gigs and stuff. And then during the winter, because we're shut down here because it's cold and the campgrounds are closed, I kind of have to look for stuff to put out during the winter time.
Yeah. Do you kind of use that time to I wouldn't say admin stuff, but you have a store like on Spreadshirt where you have your merch, what all good people in the industry have. So tell us a little bit about how that fits into your business plan.
That Spreadshirt store is brand new. I have another one that's on Bonfire, which is
I saw
older.
that. Yeah.
That's an older store. Which I'll eventually probably get rid of and keep just the Spreadshirt one, because the Spreadshirt has more items to offer.
A lot more products, yeah.
Yeah, Yeah.
And I love your logo. Tell us about your logo that goes with your shirts and things. That's really cool.
I have two logos. The first one I designed myself. The circle with me playing on top of the camper. That one I designed myself. And then my good friend Bruce from Vermont Paint and Photo designed my second one, which I use now. That one is the one that you see on all my profile picture and my banner page now and everything. He designed that one for me. And that's,
can we stop for a
second
second just because he is very special. And so Vermont Paint and Photo, you see the name up there. Go by the site. But if you haven't seen some of the work that, and I know you do things to support him, Sonia, but tell us a little bit about some of his, when he does a live stream, but he's actually making painting as he's talking. That's just so cool.
It's very relaxing. I'm one of his moderators, besides being a friend of his.
I'm not, by the way.
Not yet.
And, it's just very relaxing. He comes on anywhere between 9 and 11 in the morning during the week. If there's going to be an issue or if a change of plans, he'll put it on his community page. And he just paints whatever comes out of his head. And just he'll paint on anything from, a piece of cardboard to the back of a cereal box to a canvas panel to, you name it, he'll paint on it pretty much.
Wow.
And his stuff is just amazing. I have a lot of his pieces. I have a lot of
natural.
His work. It's just phenomenal. Yeah. It's just awesome.
Well, you can see that he loves his work. And so if you all get a chance to go over there, one of Sonia's good friends, and be sure to check out his channel also. I think he does offer his some of his paintings for sale, does he not?
He does.
Does work
they are for sale. Yes.
Yeah. But he would help with like logo designs or things like that, I assume, if the person has interest.
You would have to ask him that question. Yeah. I know he'll help anybody. He'll give you the shirt off his back pretty much. He's just a great guy.
He does auctions too.
He does auctions. Yeah, he does art auctions. He just had one last week on his channel last Tuesday night. So
Daryl says that you
hey Jeff,
but she can't admit when she's wrong. -3.
Is she related to my wife? Oh.
I break the machine at work sometimes. Most every day. Yeah.
And Mayhem RV, good to have you here, and thanks for popping in the sub. Yes. And I always look forward to people subscribe to us and go back. And most of the time, I will subscribe back because I'm interested. If you're 10,000 or 100 or whatever, we're all in this together. And so if you have questions for us, you can always send us email. Go to the About page and click on the email address, and we love to get a dialogue with you also. So thank you for being here, and look forward to seeing your work as well. So let's see, going back to Mr. Lance for a second. So I'm kind of curious more about, you plan on keeping your RV? Do you have any like new toys or things to get for? I think your GoPro 9, it really looks cool and things like that. And so do you see in terms of the way you're going to use your RV once you open up and the types of video, is still going to be mostly focused on Boomer's experience, or are you going to do some videos when you're out in the real world, or how do you see it going in the future?
I'm just going to, once I get the RV open and the motorhome out, I'm just going to do some, travel videos and like that with Boomer and when we're up north. That's pretty much what I've been doing since I had the channel, is just doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, you said you wanted to come out to California, and I didn't kind of catch some of the national parks you want to go to, but what are some of the things you would like to see when you come out to the Western Coast or wherever you'd like to go?
I would love to go to, obviously, Quartzsite and Grand Canyon.
Oh, it's great.
Yosemite, right?
Yosemite, yeah.
Yeah, and just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to California since '86, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were you doing out here then?
Just on vacation.
Vacation trip. Okay.
Drove
what
from
part
Toronto.
of this fair state did you go to?
It was in '86 of Expo in Vancouver. Do you remember that? Expo '86 in
I remember
Vancouver,
of it. Yes.
Columbia. Yeah. So I went with my parents and we drove out there. It was a 3-week trip. Drove all the way out there for Expo and then drove all the way down Highway 1 into California, Los Angeles.
Wow. Let me think about this. When you were a boy, you went camping. Was it in Halliburton? Is that right? So you were camping as a boy?
Yeah. How do you know about Halliburton?
I just it just came into my head just now.
Where's this guy getting this information from?
I have a teleprompter. I make notes. I'm not really that smart, but I prepare a little bit. But no, I thought that was so cool that you had it. As the reason I saw that and made a note of it was that so those of us who were fortunate, like my parents, they were both teachers, and so they had off in the summertime, and so we, whether it was a trailer or a pickup camper or whatever, I had a tent. I had it in my jeans also. So I think that's so cool, and I'm hoping that you. I imagine your son also is probably enjoys going out, and you've driven on the this thing that's such a beautiful place. Because I think your dad, weren't you saying one time that your dad said that if everybody was RVers, the world would be a better place, more peace? Something
Actually,
like that.
It was if the world was a campground, the world would be a better place.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't that heavy, Sonia?
Yeah, it is heavy.
It's heavy, dude. It's heavy.
He's a heavy dude, man.
You see, people are more, you get along with their fellow campers than they do in their neighbors. You get to know them more because they're closer for one thing.
So I think it's time to go. I've been nice enough now. Can I go ahead and put him on the hot seat a little bit?
No hot seat.
Sure.
I'm on the hot seat every day.
Hey, I'm just a surprise. I'm just a surprise guest. You're the interview.
No, I'm just a guest too.
So, I drink, diet green tea. Don't judge me too harshly, but I don't drink 5 friggin' green teas that are just straight stuff. It's like, I know that it's probably not as good for me as you are, but I got to say is that you were on a show with Sonya, and you guys, you got a little bit raw, shall I say, when you're talking about, you take not a cold, but a very cold morning shower that starts your day. You think it's good for the skin and your heart, the blood pressure, and everybody else is talking about that it turns men into boys, and what happens where their turtles kind of go back in, and what's up with that? I wouldn't think you would have any kids, with you this morning shower routine.
Living in Canada this cold weather, I'm so sick of it, and I've been here for almost 6 years. I just can't stand the cold. But my son got me on it. I don't know, about a year ago. He goes, Dad's so healthy. I was like, there's no way I'm taking a cold shower every morning. That would drive me nuts. And now I'm hooked on them. He showed me the health benefits, and I thought, okay, I'll start trying.
I guess, but you didn't talk to him about libido because, maybe you want him to stay healthy and clean, but, his love life's not going to be that good with those cold showers.
It affects the libido? I'm going to Google that.
And hey, Gracie is here. Good to have you here. Miss you already. And another one of our friends from the great state of Oregon. But I thought this thing is like, Lance is like, man, he is a straight arrow. And he's like, he lays on a spiky bed. Did you know this, Sonia?
Oh, God. He was talking. That was a while ago. That spiky bed.
It has not 1, not 2, but 3 friggin' spiky beds. He has 1 for his home, 1 for his trailer, 1 for his RV. Why he can't take 1 and move it in all 3 places, I don't know. But tell us about your kinkiness with your spiky bed.
I don't know. I researched them, and it helps you go to sleep. I'm in sleep in 10 minutes, sleeping on that.
No, if I'm going to sleep, it's on my memory foam mattress. That's where I'm going to sleep.
Well, I have my spiky bed on top of my memory foam mattress. That helps too.
But for him, I don't know if it's like, I'm not going to ask him what he and Carrie do, but I think he's in kind of some pain sometimes. So just saying.
No, it's just for one person. I don't think they make a double wide one. I have to Google that. Those are good.
Lance likes to Google everything.
I'll Google.
Yes, he does. He is the Google master. In the fact, they say that Google is a prosthesis of the mind that makes your IQ go up at least 20 points. So I'm not proud.
Hey, sometimes you're asking me, Lance, can you Google that for me? I'm like, okay.
And by the way, are you familiar with that site? It's called Let Me Google That For You.
Let me Google that for you. That's .lance.com.
No, I'm serious. If you search for if you Google for Let Me Google That For You,
Google for you.
It will take you to a site that has the first letter of each of those words. Let me Google that for you. And when you go there and you put in a term like spike bed, it will then provide a custom URL that shows the person on the screen. It shows it animated. It's just typing like spike bed and hits the enter. So what happens is system administrators, when they feel somebody's snarky, they ask a stupid question, they'll go to Let Me Google That For You, and they'll put in the term, and then they'll send them the link. And the answer is, click this link, and it just types in the 2 words or whatever. So, yeah.
I'm at it now. I'm trying it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really kind of a cool site. To, if you feel they're annoying you, you just say, Let me Google that for you.
Thanks,
and it shows how you type those words.
That.
It is kind of fun. It is really fun. But anyway, so, no, seriously, it sounds like you, after 10, 15 minutes or so, that a lot of people find that the acupressure releases their endorphins. I guess there's something to this, Lance. I think you're muted.
Yeah, just sit back on and relax, and it just puts you to sleep. And then just before you're asleep, you make sure you pull it out from underneath you, because you don't want to roll on it when you're only wearing 2 socks.
Want to roll on it, yeah. Even if you have like a cold water shower, you still don't want to roll on it. But
cold showers are really good for you.
That is something I've got to say. I'm going to have to try it. I'm going to start off with cool, but you just kind of go cold turkey, first, right?
You wash your hair and wash your body in warm water. And then when you're done, you just put it on as cold as can be and just stand there and turn. And it's good for your heart, your skin. So, and
your heart keeps beating?
And our lakes up here are freezing cold anyway, so I jump into those too.
Oh yeah,
you
broke the code, Sonya. Did you hear that? That's how me, I'd go in the water and I'd be a sissy crying and whatever, and he's like, "Come on, Nistler, take it like a man."
I want to try the ice polar thing. You know the ice polar when they jump in the middle of the
polar
winter?
Plunge.
The Polar Club, they call that. Yes.
Well, Sonya's around cold lakes as well, so your lakes aren't that warm there, are they? Except close to the beach.
I don't know if I pronounced this right,
but I'm 40 minutes from the beach, so
from the ocean.
Okay.
From the ocean,
you mean? Yeah.
Well, the beach, the ocean, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Now you're in by, I don't know if you call it by Atlantic City, but you're in the southern part of the state right now, right, Sonya?
Yes, I'm about a half an hour from Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
We had planned a trip out there we were supposed to go April the 8th for a week, drive all the way down to Washington and Jersey, and then up to New York City, and then up the north part, but it was all canceled.
Wow. That must have hurt.
And the dog. That would have been an interesting video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, so are you planning on going up to, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. Were you up north to Sable Beach?
Sable Beach, yeah.
Yeah, which I guess stands for the River of Sand is the French word. So you plan on going up there this year if you get a chance?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's where our trailer's at. So
okay. I see.
Pretty much every weekend. Yeah. And then we have a week or 2 of holidays as well.
But the temperature is fairly warm up there in the summertime, I take it?
Oh, yeah. We get up to 45 degrees Celsius. 100 Fahrenheit.
Wow. Up that high?
Yeah, it's going to be 97 degrees tomorrow, and it was 96 today. So, yeah. We have heat waves. We have heat waves up here, believe it or not.
You get heat in Canada? When did that happen?
Yeah, what the heck?
When did that start?
A couple of years ago.
I guess global warming happened.
No, I love the heat. I love humidity. I could live in Florida or California just like that easily.
Yeah. But I guess the water, it's kind of shallow as it goes out from what I read. And so I guess it's warmer that way in the water. Yeah. So, for us sissies for cold water.
2 or 3 feet deep for about, 2,000 feet outwards.
Mm.
On Sable Beach.
The only time that's really a big detriment is when there is a tsunami, because if there's not much water displaced, it comes in for miles, I guess. But you don't have tsunamis up there, do you?
No, not in lakes.
Okay, phew, that's good.
We don't have many earthquakes here.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a couple. I think the biggest was like 6 something like that 30 years ago.
That's funny enough, yeah. Because nobody in California, we can't afford earthquake insurance. It's just cost too much.
Yeah.
We just keep our fingers crossed.
You have earthquakes in New Jersey? Oh yeah, you guys get them around there sometimes.
They get some.
Once in a blue moon, not very often.
So on politics, politics is always a good thing to talk about. So I was thinking when I read about your area up there at Sable Beach is that you've got one of the Indian tribes, the First Nation or whatever, that, it's like, I know your country is very benevolent as helping people that are challenged in those types of things. So was there ever a resolution that was supposed to come up in the last couple of months on whether or not they would get it? And does that affect where your trailer's at?
No, it won't affect where our trailer is. It just affects the beach area. So if the Indians win their case, then they'll own the beach and they'll make their sale. The whole story behind that is that the Canadian government years ago went and sold all this land, and they knew it was owned by the Indians, and they went and sold it to all these people anyways. This would be a province did this, or who was the one who sold it? Sorry?
I'm sorry, who was it, the federal government or the province government?
I guess it was the provincial government that sold it to everybody. And they knew it was owned by the Indians, and when the Indians realized it and found the correct paperwork, they demanded it back. And you know what? It was their land. They deserve it back, of course.
They do, yeah. So how many miles is this
government and our government should be paying all these people back their money that
absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah. Good. So how about in New Jersey, Sonia? Do you have any? There's no political issues that go in your state, of course, but if there were, what would they be?
Who knows? I don't even follow politics, to be perfectly honest with you.
No. Okay.
Good. My parents follow it, but I don't follow it.
Yeah. In California here also is that you can let this stuff consume you, and there's nothing you can do to really change it. So
you listen to whoever's going to be voted in. You pick the one you think would do the best job, but whoever gets in there, they all screw it up.
That is so true. Hey, here is Paula. Speaking of not screwing things up, how are you doing, dear? Good to have you. And no tsunamis in the lakes. Yeah, the big lakes.
I think it's where we met Sonia on Paula's live one night.
Was it?
I'm not correct.
Oh, okay. And Paula's, yes.
That was a long time ago.
I don't remember.
That's weird.
Night show coming up after Gina's show, I do believe. That'll be a really, really good show.
Wow. 15 minutes to go. Yep.
Yeah.
Chapstick time.
So in our last, let's see, 20 minutes before we crash in on Gina's show and raid that. Now, so you have one of your videos, Lance, that had a lot of views. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I had most of my views are 200 and low, but I did one video on the 10 best reasons why I like my motorhome.
That's right, 2.4 kilo.
It was at 1.2 for the longest time, and then the last week and a half,
it doubled.
And I'm like, wow. I guess because people are going out looking for RVs now, so they're searching stuff what to get.
That may be part of it, but YouTube, the algorithm, it will do some testing and probing, and if all of a sudden a lot more people watch it, and then I'll show it to more, and a lot more people I'll show it to even more. So, if any of you get a chance, 10 reasons why we love our little Class 2006 20-foot Class C RV, and that's such a nice size because you can park it in a parallel spot. You've said
I did. I parallel parked that thing before.
Wow!
Like, what? Yep.
Is your bride driven it yet?
No, but she's going to. It takes a bit to back it in. I got to take a spot and a quarter up, but my other video that went viral was just 30 seconds of me walking into the kitchen with my camera and Boomer sitting on a yoga mat, and it was called Boomer Does His Downward Dog. And that went to 1,200 in like 4 days.
I saw that. Yes.
It's like, why would such a video go? Well, it meant viral to me compared to my other.
It is. No, but I mean, it's just interesting. But like Sonia, I don't see that either of you say, "Oh, if that's the thing that sells, I'm only going to do that." If it's kind of like a one-off, you're happy that it did it, but you still kind of keep consistent to your show format and have what would you call it? Organic type of growth rather than trying to there's a squirrel. So I appreciate the fact both of you guys are you're happy to provide to the community rather than try to only game the system, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. My channel's really for fun. That's why I started out. My son goes, "Why don't you make a channel called Boondocking with Boomer? We'll, videotape our travels." And I said, "Okay, let's do that. That'll be fun."
Mm-hmm.
And I was starting to do real creative videos, and then it's like all the editing and all that time. I just didn't have time for it, so I was just trying to make them real simple shots, join them together, start with a trailer and an ending, and put them up. So
smart. And that's where you're at too, Sonia, where you just, your live streams, you don't plan a lot for it. You just get out and do it. And
she has to laugh and learn though in the winter time.
I do. I was doing laugh and learn trivia for a while.
Everybody misses it. That is one of the funnest part of Sonya's show for sure, was her laugh and learns on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because the combats people will come with the answers to the questions. Especially when they had no idea.
And sometimes you did learn something, so
yeah, we did learn. We learned the difference between 3 and 4.
4, yes. Daryl.
I love that. Adventures of Scott and Beck, 6.09 meters. So speaking of which, is that one of the things I didn't quite understand on your rig is that you have 2 20-pound tanks, but does that mean in addition you have like a built-in tank?
No, there's no built-in one, just the 2 20-pounders.
Just those 2, but it's very easy to kind of take one out or just.
It's very handy, yeah.
It up that way, isn't
it? Once runs out, I don't have to worry about rushing to the place to get more propane. I just switch them over to the next one. And then when I get time, I'll just go fill up the other one. So
yeah, nice. And Sonia, on yours, now you just mostly, I imagine, you're always hooked up to the campground. Do you move your trailer from campground to campground then?
No, we're on a seasonal site here at the campground that I'm at. But we're actually taking the trailer for its first, technically, its first long haul by us to the Michigan meetup.
Oh, wow. How cool is that? You're going to be there.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
Me too, maybe.
In September.
So,
wow.
September.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to play for everybody Saturday night.
That I can't miss. I got to talk to Grace about this. We interviewed Lori and Corey last week with the Northwoods, and can't wait to see them also. How many people do you think are going to be there? Over 100?
I have no idea. Kevin,
30, 35?
Kevin from wherever he's staying is in charge of the whole meetup,
right?
Along with I think Captain Jack is helping him out. But Kevin's website has all the information and the map of who's going to be there and the list and everything. So
I think he's got 30, 35 now, doesn't he?
Some groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sites that he's got.
Sites. Yeah. Okay. So that's better part of 70 or 80.
Yeah.
So
are you and Grace going?
She's got the grandkid duty today. She took him up to Fort Ross. I don't know if you knew about the fact is that before the Spanish discovered California, the Russians, don't you know, my dog Kaliki, his ancestors, they came up here. So she went up the coast about maybe 70 or 80 miles north of San Francisco, maybe about 40 miles north of where we're at, just north of the Russian River, coincidentally. So I'm hoping that, I can lobby her. She's kind of like, I want to go, but she has to kind of make sure that she can get away for a couple of weeks. As we've learned is that you don't want to just be going every day, and then, it's okay. We love to see new sites, but we'd love to, if possible, stay a couple days at every location before we go on to the next. And so where we've seen Oregon, we want to go see Washington, and then we've been in the southern part of Idaho, and Shoshone Falls and the Twin Falls are just gorgeous. But we haven't been up to the north part, up by Coeur d'Alene, and we'd love to see the Hiawatha Trail and ride our e-bikes on that one.
Okay. Have you thought about flying and then renting something?
No, we'll take our RV, and then I don't know if we'll be able to go to Glacier when we go. It's so crowded. If not, we'll do it another time, but we'd love to see the national park if we could. But the point being is that if she can get off for a good 2 to 3 weeks, then we'll be there. I'm good to go.
That'll be a nice trip.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about California. Did you know that I could have been your neighbor?
No.
Yes,
I thought I knew all about you. Wow.
I could have been your neighbor. Oh, I guess you didn't watch everything.
I apparently didn't. Which one did I miss?
In 1955, before I was even born or even thought of, my father was a carpenter, and he had an uncle in California. My dad lived in Toronto, Ontario, and he was waiting to get on the police force. And while he was married, my mom met. And while he was waiting, he decided to go on vacation and come down to California. And he was in California for 3 weeks waiting to hear from his brother if he got in the police force or not. And he's waiting and waiting. And my uncle said, well, if you don't get on, why don't you guys move down here? I can get you a job as a carpenter. And he said, okay, we'll do that. And a few more days went by. So he started working for my uncle. And the next day, his brother called him and said, you got the job, come back. So if my dad had stayed there as a carpenter, I would have been born and raised in California. It's close.
So close, and yet so
I would have been a
far.
surfer dude, skateboard guy, everything. I could have been a movie star, Sonia.
Well, you are kind of like a surfer dude, skateboard kind of guy. You look at you, you wear it well.
Oh, thank you. It's just a hat.
No.
He's really bald under there. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, these are clip-ons.
They're part of the bandana.
Part of the bandana's old choice.
That's right.
But cool. I did surf in Florida with my cousins when we were teenagers.
I'm not surprised. I'm sure you'd be a natural.
Definitely skateboarded. Yeah.
And so, Sonia, how about you? Was there any like significant event that you can think of for your life or your parents that kind of like changed your trajectory?
As far as what? I don't want to.
I mean, just in terms of like, things you'd like to share about, like it could be your RV life or your DJ life, or a person that was like, well, let's tell you about me. When I was getting out of the military service in Arizona, and I was really wanting to get back to California. And after a couple of years, I was playing golf with the guy who hired me. I was working for AT&T. I wanted to get to Northern California. But there were no openings with Pacific Bell, and I was with the AT&T long distance company, and there were 3 openings at Point Reyes. And I have no idea where it is, but I'll take it. And when I got here in Sonoma County, it's like I just didn't want to leave, So my parents eventually moved down from Redding, California. And so I'd like to say, and the reason I turned on the radio, I didn't normally listen to the radio when I was in my young 20s, but I turned it on and I heard about this interview that they were having with AT&T. So just turning on the radio, it changed my entire life. And some of these things are just kind of fate, I guess. I think that on what defines us and which direction we're going.
I have to say that, as silly as it may sound, if it wasn't for my father's idea of starting the DJ business, I wouldn't have done it. I never even remotely thought about being a business owner. It wasn't even in my plans when I was 21 years old. And, my father just one day said, hey, what are you going to do with all these CDs you're buying? What's going on? And it was his idea. He helped start the business and made it legal and bought the equipment and started me off. And here I am 26 years later. Yeah. I've been doing it 26 years as of April 1st.
Now you just showed your age.
Well, I'm 47. I'm 47.
This is so beautiful between the two of you, though, because this is exactly. I see that Lance does this for his son in the same way, so that Jordan, the musical type thing, and they do things together. And he's now he's got his surrogate son, Boomer, but very generous and giving person. And it sounds like your father gave that to you, and it certainly affected your character in terms of you're a very outgoing and loving person also. So
I am. Sorry. Yeah, I have my friends back. You want to bend my ear, you want to talk, you want to vent, bend my ear, call me, email me, text me. I try to stay away from the drama, just keep the drama over there on the other side of the door. Right. You got something going on that you feel you can trust me with and that you want to talk about, that's personal or whatever, I'm there. Like, just
really. Can I call you tonight?
I want me first.
I'm there for my friends. I'm there for everybody.
Do I have your number? Do I have your number?
You have a billing code, a credit card number, we'll get you set up.
I've had friends, when I was in high school and stuff, this girl that I was best friends with, her parents kicked her out of the house. She lived with me for like a month and a half. And she helped, around the house, like, because she didn't want to feel like she was just freeloading or anything like that. She did, stuff around the house to help my parents out and everything. But she stayed with us for a month and a half, and then she finally got settled and rearranged with what she was doing, and she left. But, you're my friends. Like, don't, that's just the type of person that I am, I've always been that way. And
yeah. Wow. So I see Dana. Thank you for the comment, Dana. I'd love to get to this area. You talked about Hagerman Valley area of the hot springs. That's I'm going to be looking at these comments. I'm not the best. Grace normally is really good on this part of it, so I apologize. I'm not able to get everybody's comments, but we have a couple minutes left, and we're going to go raid Gina's site. Yes. And so speaking of drama, one thing, Sonia, that kind of surprised me about Lance is that Camo Dave, and I heard that, I like the fact that he did a good shout out for Boomer, but, when I was seeing the thing with Eric Nomadic Fanatic, I thought, man, Dave is like, he's kind of tough kind of things, but I guess that he does have a fun side also. So, Lance, when you discovered him, was it you liked the kind of the drama and spectacle, or just that he was kind of
it was entertaining,
a fun guy,
completely entertaining.
Entertainment. You don't take it seriously.
In the beginning, it was like I could find all these different RV channels in the Nomads that he was, not interviewing, but talking about all the time. And I realized that he likes to listen to all their drama that happens around him. So,
which drama?
Drama means.
That's an even worse form of drama. It's drama. It's drama.
That's how we say it. That's how we say it in Canada. Drama.
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 It's drama.
But yeah, he's okay. He's a cool guy. I mean,
that's good.
A few times, so
you don't take it too seriously or get too hung up on it. It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
And so finish with you then, Sonia. So, I was really kind of curious, as I'm so happy that you were able to interview Robert Morales, Traveling Robert. So how did you link up with him?
I just emailed him. I said, hey, everybody interviews Traveling Robert. I want to interview Robert Morales, the musician. I want to interview the musical side of Robert. What got him interested in music, how he started, and it's a 45-minute interview, and it's gotten a lot of hits, and it's a great video if you're interested in knowing the other side of Robert. It's a great video to watch. A lot of information. Because
like you guys, he's also very giving. When I saw him down at Quartzsite, really easygoing guy, not full of himself at all. And he does like his music. And so, you did that, like got 950 views on it. And that was, I guess, back in interview we had in December, but so it's only been out about 5 months, and you haven't tried to capitalize on that. It's not like, I got a lot of them, so that's what I'm going to do.
It's an interview
because you wanted to.
My bad. No, it's my phone. Nobody calls me on my phone. It's funny, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before that, Robert Morales was one of the first RVers I was watching constantly all the time. I would watch his 5-hour videos of all his travels because he had video after video of all the places I wanted to go see. It was like I almost didn't have to buy an RV because I could have just watched Robert stuff. So I was a big fan, and then one time he was on Sonya's live, and I was there. I'm like, oh my God, Robert Morales is on Sonya's live. I didn't know he even knew.
He pops in every once in a while to come hang out. Yeah.
Nice guy.
Okay, we have less than 1 minute left, and here's the link right there. Thank you, Kenny, for putting that out there, and thank you even more for Sonia and Lance. This is so great to have both of you there.
Thanks for having me.
Any final things before we close?
What's today? Saturday. Go to Sonya's on Monday night, 7:00 p.m.
Yeah, Monday night is my next live stream, 7:00, right after Lucky Dog Productions.
Exactly. Okay, and Lance, you got any new videos coming out?
Yeah, in about a month.
In about a month. Well, I'm going to go take a cold shower, and then I'm going to go over to Gina's site. So thank you all for being here. I hope you have a good time. So until next Tuesday. And I'm going to go on the spike bed. That's coming up next. So thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Michael.
As always, say happy trails to you until we meet again. And that makes my singing makes people go away. So take care. Peace out.